plus 30. Everybody loves it when we do this. You know, we light a huge fire, we all get naked, we dance. Everybody loves it. It's always a good time. Get the morale up.
Tuesday, 12 minutes.
I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself. What are you talking about? I've done it before. Just listen. I haven't figured out how it all works yet, but for example, if I get beat up, I go back to the start of the evening. What?
Whatever Wednesday. Thursday, Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Hey, why? Is this why they kept it from America? Is it because of Ray? Ray's just a problematic character. Just like, come here, young lady. You look pretty sexy. Come hug old Uncle Ray.
Friday, Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Wait, oh shit, dude. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is so brutal. I wanted the gun. Where's the gun at? There we go. And I just shoot him.
Monday, Cult of the Lamb.
Let's do that bonfire ritual. Hell yeah, plus 30. Everybody loves it when we do this. You know, we light a huge fire, we all get naked, we dance. Everybody loves it. It's always a good time. Get the morale up.
Tuesday, 12 minutes.
I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself. What are you talking about? I've done it before. Just listen. I haven't figured out how it all works yet, but for example, if I get beat up, I go back to the start of the evening. What?
Whatever Wednesday.
Hey, Phoenix, are you ready to start investigating?
Thursday, Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Hey, why? Is this why they kept it from America? Is it because of Ray? Ray's just a problematic character. Just like, come here, young lady. You look pretty sexy. Come hug old Uncle Ray.
Friday, Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Wait, oh shit, dude. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is so brutal. I wanted the gun. Where's the gun at? There we go. And I just shoot him.
Monday, Cult of the Lamb.
Let's do that bonfire ritual. Hell yeah, plus 30. Everybody loves it when we do this. You know, we light a huge fire, we all get naked, we dance. Everybody loves it. It's always a good time. Get the morale up.
Tuesday, 12 minutes.
I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself. What are you talking about? I've done it before. Just listen. I haven't figured out how it all works yet, but for example, if I get beat up, I go back to the start of the evening. What?
Whatever Wednesday. Thursday, Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Hey, why? Is this why they kept it from America? Is it because of Ray? Ray's just a problematic character. Just like, come here, young lady. You look pretty sexy. Come hug old Uncle Ray.
Friday, Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Oh shit, dude. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is so brutal. I wanted the gun. Where's the gun at? There we go. And I just shoot him.
Nice shot!
Monday, Cult of the Lamb.
Let's do that bonfire ritual. Hell yeah.
Hello, hello, and happy
Thursday,
guys.
We light a huge fire. We all get naked. We all get naked. It's a great time. Oh, we're on the wrong screen. Hold on. Oh, come on. There we go. What's up, guys? I got Papa and Stella with us already. Oh, I love that, Papa. We have this following announcement. Buckingham Palace has been announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. What is it? I don't even know how to say that. Hey, what's up, Ty? How's it going? Good evening. How are you, dude? It's so great to see you so much lately, man. How are you? Great to have you on one of my Ace Attorney streams. So, as a little recap for last time, because we're going to be continuing on in the third case of the second investigations games. And what's going on is, at the beginning of this case, we actually had a flashback. So, Edgeworth and Ray have come here for some reason. I can't remember why they came here. I don't even know if we know that yet. But they came here together, and this is the place that, like, where the last case that Gregory had, which was Edgeworth's father, before he was killed in that elevator. And so the entire last game, we had this flashback to a case that happened here, and we got to play as Gregory, and we had young Raymond as our sidekick, which was pretty cool. In that, we were introduced to, there's these celebrities for this cooking show, and one of the celebrities was Mr. Master, I think is what his name was. It's some silly like that. And he's like the best cook in the world, and he had this big cooking competition at his house or something. So, during the competition, a body was found in the host in Mr. Master's work of art. He had like a ship that was like sailing on water, and then it was coming at this like treasure chest, and the treasure chest was like broken open in the crime scene, and there was a dead body in the chest. And the dead body was one of the contestants. So, through our investigation, we found that there was somebody who was a part of the competition who wasn't actually a cook and didn't know anything about cooking. She just wanted to eat some of Mr. Master's stuff. Hi, fitten das. I assume that means hi, friends. Hey, still doing all right? Sorry, I missed you yesterday. It's all good. We ended up playing some spontaneous 2v2 basketball with the lads. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That's what sounds way better than just sitting around watching me. I get it. We played Tinykin yesterday, and oh, it's so much fun. There wasn't a whole lot of people that turned up for it, so it's not really a hype game, but man, it was a lot of fun for me. And for the people that were here, we had a good time. Well, let's try that again. Hi, friends. Hello, Stella. Let's see, where was I? So, yeah, we found out she wasn't actually a cook, and so that was really suspicious, but we found out that she's kind of just infiltrated this whole thing just to taste his cooking, and we didn't actually figure out last week who the killer was. It was just the beginning of it. But we left on that note of basically finding out that she was suspicious, I feel like. And then we went back into the future, and that's where the to be continued was. And now we're back here with Ray and Edgeworth, basically back at square one. So we'll see after having remembered that, because I assume us playing that was Ray recounting, events or whatever. So hopefully we'll get to see what Edgeworth thinks about the first section. We'll see where we go from there. I had a thought last week that it would be cool if they were going to do like a side-by-side telling, like Edgeworth was going to be investigating, and we were going to be like going back and forth between Greg and Miles, and that would be really cool. We'll see if that's how it works, but either way, this is pretty cool. All right, well, you guys ready to get started? Just going to jump on into it like that. We're going in hot. Here we go. April 2nd, 10:15 a.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio.
Oops, I guess I went on for a little too long there.
Something like that. What happened? I had no idea none of the case files I read went into such detail. Well, I doubt there would be anything in there that would be inconvenient to the prosecution. Especially with that Von Karma at the head. How did the investigation go from there? The desserts had disappeared from the victim's room, so the investigation hit a rough patch. Thanks to that, it took about a whole year before a verdict was handed down. 1 whole year? This was before the whole 3-day pre-trial system was established. Trials didn't need to finish in the short amount of time like that they do now. I see. How are you on this fine Thursday? He said that's a throwback name for Tyler. I love it. Did they say give Ray a haircut? No, they didn't. This is older Ray. Maybe you were just remembering. Well, I guess I thought younger Ray had shorter hair, so I guess I don't know what you mean. Unless you're saying Uncle Dom got a haircut, because Uncle Dom did. Now I'm Dom Edgeworth. Did they ever find out why the victim's dessert disappeared? Well, kinda. His dessert was like a candy ice sculpture, made from sherbet. Since it was made from ice, the general consensus was that it had melted. However, that might not quite be the case. What do you mean? This museum used to be Mr. Master's mansion. I haven't heard that name in years. The stage of the IS-7 incident. And in this very place, they're establishing the Sherbet Salon from 18 years ago. The victim's dessert. Yep. Though it could just be a replica of the original. That's why Uncle Ray had to come today to check it out. And for your old man, too. Now then, let's go move and check out the room. I'm pretty sure it's over in the Winter Palace. The Winter Palace should be... Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. They've already opened the museum. Mr. Shields. According to the pamphlet we received at the entrance, the Winter Palace is over here. Tom, like Ray, right now looks like his hair has changed. Oh, I don't think it has. It's the same as it was on the cover and everything. I mean, maybe it has, but I'm not noticing anything. Really? I could have sworn it was this one. All right, let's scoot. We gotta confirm the truth of what happened 18 years ago. Because it should have been that one. He was right. Because this is... They're going into the Delicias or whatever. That's what this one is, right? Hey, look who it is. We see 2 people we recognize. I don't know who the person on the right is, but that is... I don't remember his name. It's Desiree, right? And it's the Master Moss, but what was his name? His name was... what was it, like Ray or something? No. I thought that was with an R, maybe. Ron? Was it Ron? I can't remember his name. Maybe it's because I have glasses on and actually see it correctly for the first time. I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I guess I would doubt that they would, like, casually change his like, the drawing of him, right? So it's probably the same. Yep, that's right. You got it. Yeah, it was Wrong Delight. That's their last name was Delight. That's right. It Desiree Delight. There you go. You remembered. Nice. April 2nd, 10:20 a.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Winter Palace. It's a Winter Palace. Man, it's still as cold as ever. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze solid. It seems the Winter Palace lives up to its name. It's like a freezer in here. With a light dimmed like this, it's almost as if the room itself is made of ice. I think the control panel for the room temperature is on the back wall. Maybe we should turn it up a little bit. Miles, why don't you check what the temperature is set for me? Uncle Ray's gonna give the curator a piece of his mind later. It's way too cold in here. Very well. But if you want to look around the room a bit, feel free to stay or freeze. It's your heart's content. I'll get the camera ready. I want to take some pictures of this place and show it to your old man. Understood. How's it gonna show it to Greg? What? Huh? Mr. Shields, I can't find the temperature control panel. Ah, right. They keep it where it's hard to find. Just one moment. Huh? It's locked. Makes sense. They wouldn't want the guests changing the temperature themselves. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Palace has a temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Brr! Now that is cold. Uncle Ray's going to freeze to death. Guess I'll need to find someone to share body heat with, preferably a beautiful lady. Oh, are you trying to freeze me to death as well with those cold eyes? Of course not. Calm down, Raymond. You're very excitable. My father was right. There are 2 sculptures displayed here. These sculptures are replicas of the desserts that vanished 18 years ago. Jeez, mister. Impressive, huh? These sculptures made of ice. Yes.
My father never got to see these ice sculptures. And now, 18 years later, I'm standing before them.
Miles, sorry to bother you while you're deep in thought. Could you turn this way a little?
What, like this?
Yes, just like that.
Oh, that's cute. Mr. Shields, you're not...
Say cheese!
Mr. Shields, please don't take pictures of me.
Sorry, my bad. I just wanted to make sure the camera works, okay?
That camera, it looks quite old.
Yeah, well, that's because it's an old-fashioned camera. You know, an Insta camera. It automatically develops the photos after shooting. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes, I know, though I never used one.
You're quite the know-it-all. You really are the old man's son. Could you move a bit? I want to take some more photos of the room.
He doesn't move at all. His face has taken on an unusually serious expression. He's probably thinking about the IS-7 incident.
Man, I snapped a bunch. And they're already developed, see?
I always wanted one of those camera. Thought they were so cool. How they print, right? It is pretty cool. I actually have like a newer one. I think it's in the other room. I don't think I've like ever used it, but someone just gave it to me because they had it and didn't want it, I think. But it's like a Polaroid one and everything. I don't think it has any film in it though. But yeah. It's definitely like a newer one though. Okay, I don't recognize who that is. I'm not going to answer it. They can leave a message. Alright, anyways. He shoved them in my face before I could reply.
Well, I have one more question for you, Mr. Know-It-All. Do you know what these 2 sculptures represent?
They're sculptures of Taurus and Gemini from the winter constellations.
No, bingo! Not bad, Miles.
But Taurus is a winter constellation? Because I thought, like, Taurus is April. I'm a Taurus. That doesn't add up to me.
That's probably why they call this room the Winter Palace. Uncle Ray is feeling generous today, so I'll give you a copy of this photo, too.
Thanks. Winter Palace photo data jotted down in my organizer. So we can find a dead body in here or what? Are these replicas of the constellation desserts that were made 18 years ago?
Yeah, it looks like these 2 sculptures are also made out of sherbet. Uncle Ray's only seen the real sculptures and photos. But these sculptures look like the real deal.
This was what you wanted to show me.
Yeah, I think your old man would have wanted to see it as well. I'm sorry. Uncle Ray didn't have the courage to come here alone.
Don't apologize, it's weak. This was a good opportunity to learn about my father's case.
That means a lot to me, especially you scolding me like that. So you want me to take another commemorative photo?
No thanks. There's a boy with a school bag. Did he come to the art gallery by himself?
She even quit her job in order to run this museum. I don't really get it.
Perhaps. One of his parents knows the curator. Are these his parents? Is that their son?
That's my son! Well, how about this? I'll yell out, Master Mask is here! Yes, it's me! I'm Master Mask! Good, good. Wait, Ronnie, if you say that, you'll get arrested. Come on, we don't plan properly. We won't be able to sell it.
What are these two talking about?
He's gonna, like, fake a heist or something? Hey, look, they got one of those salt rock lamps back here.
This rock salt lamp is lighting up the constellation chart. I see. Gemini and Taurus are constellations that can be seen in the winter. Since this is the Winter Palace, perhaps that explains the winter constellations made of sherbet. According to the pamphlet, the other places are made of crystal. But for the Summer Palace, I think it'd be more fitting if it were made out of shaved ice. Well, no, that would make it exactly the same as this room. Shaved ice is always good, dude. Everybody loves shaved ice. Alright, Ray, I think I'm done.
Miles, since we came all the way here, why don't you take a look around?
Well, since this room is so cold, I thought I'd go get to a warmer room.
If you're that cold, why don't you borrow my clothes? In exchange, I'll borrow your jacket.
No, thanks. Let's try enduring this for just a little longer. Okay, so there's still something I need to look at. Let me look at the thing they're pointing at. For some reason, a giant block of ice is on display. There's a description written on the surface. Castor and Pollux. Every December, large meteor showers appear in the direction of these two stars.
And so, Master Mask. And then
Those two are being rather noisy and distracting. It can't be helped. I should just go look at another exhibit. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. On the surface there is an image of the stars and a written description. The Pleiades. Palladius, also known as the Seven Sisters, a star cluster that comprises a part of Taurus. But for all these stars to be grouped together as a cluster, the ways of the ancient people must have been very imprecise.
Alrighty, now that I've got some pictures of this room, let's check out the other palaces. Might as well see them all since we're already here.
I suppose you're right.
Ah! That yell just now. It came from the fountain patio. Let's go, Miles.
Oh, is that Larry? No, that's not. Is that Larry? Kind of looks like Larry and his artist getup. It would be Larry, wouldn't it? April 2nd, 10:30 a.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio. There's someone passed out on the floor. That man there is that Larry? It is. Oh my god. Larry, what are you doing here? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. What exactly happened here?
Maggie!
I saw something that no one should ever have to see again.
He always does, dude. Larry, calm down. Why is there someone passed out here?
I didn't do anything. He just fell down all of a sudden.
This man, he can't be. He was one of the contestants, right? I remember him from the from when we were Gregory.
Excuse me, but what is the matter here? You can't raise such a ruckus in a museum, boys.
This scent is... Seems like he's still breathing, but this is a bad situation. Miles, it's not safe here. Get everyone out of here. Everyone, get away from the room right now. There's poison gas coming out of it. Poison gas, dude? What the fuck? What is happening, dude? Shit just got real. I'm gonna switch to standing mode. I gotta stand up for this, dude. This is too much. Too much to sit down for. Here, you know what?
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my
life, dude.
Y'all killing me with this. Y'all trying to kill me.
This poison gas? Y'all trying to kill me? You're killing me, man. All right. Now we're in standing mode. Here we go. Mr. Shields, how was the victim? It looks like he breathed in a little too much of that poison gas. He's still unconscious. According to the doctor in the ambulance, there are no external injuries or any other wounds. Thanks to our fortunate timing, we were able to save him before he was too far gone. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's currently being treated by a specialist in the infirmary. I see. Mr. Shields, is he an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, you could say that. He's Dane Gustavia. He was involved in the IS-7 incident. The pastry chef. So he was involved in the case 18 years ago. At least the other guy is doing all right. Is he a friend of yours, Miles? Yes, you could say that. It is fortunate you were not hurt, Larry.
What's you could say that supposed to mean, Edgy? How can you treat a childhood friend like that? That's just cruel. And also, when I dress like this, I'm called Larice Dunim, you know? So don't call me Larry. It's Larice.
This man is Larry Butts. He's nothing but trouble, but he's been one of my friends since grade school. Some time ago, he awakened to the calling of art that assumed the alias Larice Dunim. But a Butts by any other name would smell just as much. Really? You two are childhood friends? I better report that to your old man too. I'm sure it'll bring him joy. He was always worried about you not being able to make friends. And he specifically said that last week. All that Edgeworth does is read books. I'm worried.
Good for you, Edgy. Aren't you glad to have a bosom buddy like me?
My father was worried about something like that. But anyway, what are you doing in a place like this, Larry?
How many times do I have to tell you, Edgy? I'm Larice.
What are you doing in a place like this?
Yikes! Don't clear me like that when you talk.
So are you going to tell me?
Isn't it obvious? I've come here to study art. I'm going to take Mandy on a date here, so I was just doing some scouting beforehand.
Aren't you just using art as an excuse to go on a date?
Not bad, Larice. Maybe you can introduce some pretty girls to me next time. Oh, now we're talking. My language, dude.
Think I'm getting a headache.
Oh, these two perverts here.
And by the way, Larice, did you notice anything strange when you found the victim?
Nah, not really.
Nothing that would make you say, I saw something that no one should ever have to see? Oh yeah, that. I was just surprised when I saw the old dude fall down out of nowhere like that.
What? He saw an old dude fall down, and he's like, I saw something no one should ever have to see, an old man falling down. How horrible.
He's he's a delicate guy. I didn't do anything this time for once. Is that anything to brag about?
Visitors, we wish to deeply apologize for the disturbance. I am the curator of this museum. My name is Catherine Hall.
She's also one of the people involved in the IS-7 incident.
Hello there, Miss Kate. Want a hug from old Uncle Ray?
Monsieur Shields, thank you for your continued assistance.
She was the woman we saw at the reception, so she's the curator here.
We apologize for the inconvenience, especially since it's the opening day.
No, you don't have to apologize for a thing, Miss Kate. I almost forgot. Let me introduce you to someone. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory Edgeworth's son.
Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth.
Oh, she says, ooh la la, he's so handsome. Oh, look at that.
Oh, how wonderful. I meet the sun after 18 years.
What is the melody she's going out with here?
It is an honor to meet you. Defense attorney Miles Edgeworth.
Wow, that was amazing. You still got that golden voice, Miss Kate. Was that what that was, Ray?
Thanks, dude.
Actually, I'm a prosecutor.
Oh, so you're a prosecutor? My most sincere apologies, Monsieur Edgeworth.
This woman is very polite, but slightly odd.
Katie, could I get your autograph right here, pretty please? Yes, if you so desire.
Why do you want her autograph?
Hey, don't tell me you don't know who she is.
My, you really don't keep up with the entertainment news, do you, Miles?
What? What is this unbearable atmosphere?
She's a superstar actress who's been in tons of musicals and movies. She's a great singer, too.
No, currently I'm at the curator of this museum. I have already retired from the stage. I finished filming my role for my last movie a few days ago. My co-stars also said that they would come here once I opened the doors. And here you are, Monsieur Artiste. I return this to you.
Thanks a bunch, Katie. I'll treasure it for the rest of my life. Well, looks like me and Larice share the same interests. Yes, you do.
So I gathered.
Lara, you said you were here to study art. Why don't you practice drawing as well? Since you're here at Miss Hall's Art Museum.
Oh, it would be an honor to have Monsieur Artiste sketch our exhibits.
Oh, I guess even you have some good ideas every now and then, Edgy. I'll do a bit of sketching for Katie here.
Hee what an amusing person.
Forgive the disturbance. Incidentally, who was the woman that was with you earlier?
That was Madame Delicia Scones. She is currently assisting in the treatment of Monsieur Gustavia in the infirmary. Even though I said infirmary, since this is an art museum now, it is only provisional. As I am the only staff member working here, I cannot take leave of my duties for long.
Delicia Scones. I believe we have heard that name before, Mr. Shields. Yep. Looks like the whole gang from the IS-7 incident is here. Well, I doubt that's a coincidence.
Monsieur Shields, Monsieur Edgeworth, would you care for some hot tea?
Oh, Miss Kate's tea. That takes me back. Yes, if you please. I would enjoy some tea. Earl Grey, hot. Clatter, clatter.
Now I must take my leave. I must explain the situation to the other visitors.
All right, thanks for everything. Curtsy.
This smells like Ceylon tea. I should drink it before it cools.
Oh, the Ceylon tea is of very high quality. And this aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration, right? Your old man said the exact same thing 18 years ago. But the saucers back then were chilled. Today they're warm. Anyway, don't you think this current situation is rather unusual? You mean how everyone involved in the case 18 years ago has gathered at this museum? Yes. I would like to be in charge of this case, if at all possible. Is it a case yet? Oh, here we go. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay?
Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Shields! I came here as fast as I could when I heard that you were done in by a poison gas. Did somebody fart really loud?
Oh, my sweet honey Kay. How about a hug after being parted for so long?
No. Jeez, you're perfectly fine? Can't believe you made us worry so much.
Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of bringing Kay here? I'm sorry, sir. I knew the gas was dangerous, so I tried to stop her. But no matter how much I ran and ran and ran and ran, I couldn't gain any ground.
When it comes to running away, no one is faster than the Tagarasu.
But you weren't running away from here.
Oh man, I need we need to switch my voice for this.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir. I'll start investigating the crime scene.
I hope that does it justice.
Since there might still be traces of gas in the room, I'll have to ask everyone to wait here.
Very well, I'm counting on you. Good luck in there, Flatfoot.
Wow, Gummy's so cool. He's just like a detective.
But he is a detective, Kay.
Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like the poison gas has dissipated, sir.
Oh, this must be part of the mask to mask thing, right?
Detective, I want to explain the state of the Autumn Palace.
Yes, sir. I'll start with the exhibits. On the left, there's a statue with two people. And on the right, there's a statue of an animal with two horns.
A statue of two people and a statue of an animal with horns. Isn't that the exact same thing I saw in the Winter Palace just a while ago?
Also, the room is wet with the water thanks to the sprinkler system. That also prevented the gas from harming anyone else.
The sprinkler system. Was there a fire in the room?
There are no signs of fire, and the fire alarm hasn't gone off either, sir. The sprinklers in the museum are the kind that detects both smoke and fire. It probably detects a lack of oxygen, right? If it detects smoke, it will send an alert to the security room. I think the poison gas might have set off the alarm in the security room, sir.
Was there anyone in the security room at the time?
The only one working there is the curator, Miss Catherine Hall, sir. She has been in the reception booth opposite the security room ever since the museum opened. Did Miss Hall turn on the sprinklers? The sprinkler system can only be operated manually from the security room, sir. If it had been automatic, it would have sprayed water all over the exhibits. Since the system is manual, the situation can be examined, and the exhibits moved if needed.
I guess there would be more priority over the exhibits than the building. Only at a museum.
Brr, it's way too cold in this room, sir. Isn't this supposed to be the Autumn Palace? Feels more like the dead of winter in here.
The Autumn Palace is cold?
I checked the thermostat earlier, but it's set to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. I couldn't believe it.
Why would the Autumn Palace be set to the same temperature as the Winter Palace? It makes no sense.
That's about all I know for now, sir. If I figure out anything else, I'll give you another call.
I see. I'm counting on you, Detective.
April 2nd, 11:15 a.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio.
What did Gummy say?
He said it feels more like winter in the Autumn Palace.
I don't get it.
I haven't been able to enter the room personally, but it should be possible to look inside after the police have finished investigating. I'd like to know what it's like in there myself.
Isn't there anyone else who knows about the incident?
Ah, there is someone. Miles' friend, right?
Friend?
Though he's such a nuisance, we have no choice but to listen to what he has to say for now.
That's always the situation. We always have no choice but to listen to Larry. He just happens to be the guy that was there every time. Like, I love Larry, but honestly, it almost feels like they overuse him a little bit. Like, there's so many other characters they could utilize, and they almost always utilize Larry, like at least once. Which is fine, you know, it's cool to have recurring characters, but it's like, where's Lotta at and stuff, you know? Why can't I get more of these other characters that I love instead of just Larry all the time?
Wait, you mean...
Oh, you're here too, Kay? You're looking as cute as ever.
Long time no see. It's Larry, isn't it?
Kay, right now my name is Laurice. I'm an artist, that's why.
Ah, so that's your pen name. Laurice, the artist formerly known as Larry.
Wow, you really are a good girl, Kay. Nothing like edgy here. I don't care. Larry, I have many things I need to ask you. What's this? Don't tell me you suspect me again. You're gonna say because I was the first on the scene I must be the culprit, aren't you? I never said anything like that. I only want you to tell me what you saw. You said you saw something that no one should ever have to see. Did you not? But now I'm saying I didn't see nothing. I didn't do nothing. Probably. Oh my, he didn't seem so confident at the end there. There are somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts, still holds true 26 years on. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary.
It seems he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him.
Because he's sure to lie, because he always lies. Liar, liar, Larry. My goal is to expose whatever Larry is hiding. However, I didn't see nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Larry is an extremely restless and troublesome man. Until he cools down, I'll just wait and see.
First, I'll ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can't handle. I'll finish this quickly. Larry's an idiot. This should be easy. Why did you come here? Why are you coming fast? What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery? What? Are you saying that I don't belong in an art gallery? He's sweating, so I'm gonna wait and see. Hey, if you're not gonna talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait. And then I'll scribble over the portrait I drew of you. Your paintings are all scribbles, wait and see. I was just joking. I would never scribble over my paintings, of course. They're works of art, after all. I don't think any of your works would qualify as art. Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist. Those people are blind. I'll wait and see. Mandy's my girlfriend, but it's really my paintings she fell in love with. That's why I'll sketch anything my girlfriend likes. Then why are you here on your own today? So what? Can a guy with a girlfriend spend some time alone? I'm just gonna keep waiting. Just calm down, Larry. Mandy said she's a Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of it on our next date. Do you really have that much confidence in that sketch? Well, I'm not so confident about this one. But I thought she would be happy if I did a sketch of her astrological sign. He's sad. You came to see the Gemini sculpture? I guess it's different. Let's try responding to that one. I see. That's just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini sculpture, didn't you? What? How'd you find out? Because you just unknowingly told me everything. Well then, I'm not saying another word from now on. He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless with my questioning. I'll try to find out what he was doing here at the art gallery. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. What did you do with the art gallery? What did you do in this art gallery? What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around the fountain patio. You forgot to get a pamphlet? Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you pay the administration or the admission fee? Huh? Oh, is that right? So the admission fee, the admission wasn't free, huh? You snuck in here, you didn't pay? Don't tell me. You sneaked in here without paying. I'm sorry! I didn't mean to do anything bad. It's just, there was no one at the reception booth. That's why. I thought you could come in here for free. Miss Hall wasn't there? Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth. Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone on the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. Poor Katie. She went to all that trouble to open up the palace. Or to open up the place. And now the art gallery's star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. You know about the Winter Palace? You are certainly well informed about the Winter Palace for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you? What? How'd you find me out again? That's right! My goal was to see the Gemini sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here. He confessed quite easily.
You can never tell anything with this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. Did you enter the Winter Palace? What did you see in the Winter Palace? I have no more use for you. Did you ever enter it? Larry, did you also enter the Winter Palace?
What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried to go in, but...
You couldn't get in? You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right?
Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but... Then that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out.
It was because of the victim? So you couldn't get in because the victim of the poison gas collapsed?
Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace.
I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace.
Yeah, we thought that one was the Winter Palace at first too, right?
If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in there sketching the Gemini sculpture right now.
Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. This should be a useful clue.
What did you see in the Winter Palace? Go ahead and go zoomed in now.
Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace?
You're still hung up on that? Didn't I say I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I needed to leave soon to meet with my girlfriend.
Perhaps I should try using that clue. What about your sketch? You came here to sketch the sculpture from your girlfriend, did you not? You don't think you would give up... I don't think you'd give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right?
Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but... There's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right?
You covered your eyes, you saw something scary? I'll go with you saw something scary? Did I get the right one, edgy boy? Tell me I got the right one.
My. I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you?
Edgy, you! Can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point in keeping any more secrets from you.
Yay, I'm finally back. Welcome back, Stella! Did Twitch go down or anything, or something pull you away? Damn Twitch mobile. Uh-oh. Something bad happened? I think it maybe affected a lot of people. Okay. Yeah, it looks like my bit rate's red? Oh, huh. Maybe it wasn't just Twitch mobile. Maybe my stream went down for a little bit. I did see the view count drop for a little bit. I just figured you guys were done with Ace Attorney. Let's see. It doesn't look like we've had any bad hiccups. My bitrate is red, so maybe there's just something going on with Twitch right now. Huh. Well, I appreciate you guys for being here. If you need any recaps, you guys just let me know. We've just been interrogating Larry this whole time because he says he saw something, but he doesn't want to tell us what he saw. So we're trying to get that out of him right now. Hopefully, it'll be smooth sailing the rest of the night, though, still. Stream seems smooth to me. I'm glad to hear that time. Like it was everything. I couldn't load anything. Oh no, it's like the whole app. Couldn't get you on the browser like I did for Cult of the Lamb, or couldn't. Maybe it's couldn't even get you on the browser like I did for Cult of the Lamb. Is that the Stellaism there? Alado? Is that supposed to be even? Well, I'm glad you're back now, Stella. That's all that matters, huh? All right, let's get this information out of Larry. You got here just in time for the climax of this. Yep, even. Nice. Got it. I got it.
You just told me everything of your own accord. That was a complete waste of time, but finally, it's checkmate. Logic chess complete! Checkmate, Larry. Loser.
I had my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture.
You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one.
What? Was it a mirage then?
Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of evidence shows that's what Larry really saw. It would be the picture from Ray, I would think. Oh, hold on, let me show you guys. Because the picture from Ray does show Gemini, and that is in there, but I don't know that Edgeworth would... I mean, kind of knew that, because we got the description from Gumshoe, but the pamphlet would also show it, right? Look at this. And what I'm saying is, this piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. I feel like this is like a trick question, because it could be this or this, because it could say like, well, Larry really saw the Autumn Palace, because that's the door he came out of, was the one where the Autumn Palace is there. And the Winter Palace is the one we were in. It should be flipped, though. I think, because the Autumn Palace is the one that the ice guy was in. Because he's the one that died. That was the victim's room. So, huh. But, at the same time... Oh, because this even should dictate what you would see, right? I didn't even see this. And then... This is an actual picture of what Larry was trying to see and what he claims to have seen. And honestly, apparently what's actually in the room, because Gumshoe went in there and this is what he saw. It was like the exact same room. So, I don't know which one it wants. We're just going to have to save really quick. See what happens here. One sec. I don't have my quick keys out because I have it packed up now. Let's see. Probably did that too early. Save state. See the hotkeys so much better. Okay, I'm gonna try using the pamphlet though. I think that might be what the game wants. Take a look at this pamphlet. In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. Incidentally, I can confirm that the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Therefore, the sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini one.
I knew it.
I expected him to be a bit more shocked at the news.
I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage.
The goddess was Desiree somehow, and the transformation was the Master Mask thing or something? So is it that he saw a woman turn into a man, and that is such a horrifying thing for Larry that he would describe that as something that someone should never see because he loves ladies too much? You think that's what it is? It must have to do with the Desiree and the Master Mouse thing, right? It's got it.
Transformation, you say?
Oh, you're curious too, Edgy. Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you.
Show me? What exactly?
I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. But I really can't believe what I drew.
Picture? What picture?
This one right here.
Let's take a look. Oh, whoa. Alright, I was wrong, but this is interesting.
What? What is this disturbing picture?
It's got blood, like, coming from her eyes? Is it, like, crying? What is going on, huh?
Okay. Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood?
Maurice, this picture is scary.
Larry's actually pretty good, too. Like, it's a pretty good drawing.
Hey, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. I couldn't help but scream.
So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him.
He's seen many people collapse and die. Larry's there all the time. What are you talking about? What you mean when you say transformed?
I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of its body just turned into a fish.
A fish goddess. That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that a goddess and her son transform into.
Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish?
Edgy, you don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish.
Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one. I'm a Pisces, nice. I'm a Taurus. I'm not one fish, but two. Two fish swirling around.
Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer.
Yes, I think it's quite beautiful, and I'd like to hang it on the wall. I mean, even a sketch like this can be used as scrap paper, after all.
How could you?
But it's strange. Why did only the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray is a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace.
Indeed. I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture.
Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so anyone can enter the crime scene.
Right. Good work, Detective. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective.
Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture.
If Kay's going, I'm going too.
I was planning on bringing him along anyway.
Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. Even despite Larry's Larryness, I still find him charming. Yeah, it's like I think that's like the thing that Edgeworth has too, because he still does call him his friend, you know? As much as he like seems to be annoyed by Larry, he never stops calling him his friend. You know, I feel like that's sort of Edgeworth expressing, I think, something similar. We're like, yeah, he's still got something. There's still something about Larry, you know what I mean? That's why I do like having Larry, and I don't want to act like sound like I'm complaining when I say I wish they used more characters, because Larry is cool. It's just they use him more, like, way more than some of the other, like, side characters and stuff, you know? Like, it would be cool, you know, like, Maggie's cool, you know, it'd be maybe a little bit more Maggie. Lotta would be cool to see. I don't know, there's been other characters, too, that they haven't used that much, but it's usually Larry and Old Bag seem to always pop up, you know? So this is the Autumn Palace.
It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace.
I've been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you that hairy butts guy?
Wrong! I'm Laurice du Nim!
Never mind that, Detective. Your report, if you please. Roger that, sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident.
Was it used to heat something?
Used gas burner. There are traces that it was used before the police arrived. Was it used to heat something? Was that ladder always there on the ground? It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off the glass case, sir. The Pisces sculpture. Huh? Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what the sculpture next to it is? Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn sculpture. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by a weird cloth. The fluorescent cloth! I wonder what it's doing here.
Evidence from the IS-7 incident.
Fluorescent cloth. Rainbow light device injects light into the fluorescent cloth. Touch the check button for details. That sounds like it'd be a pretty cool technology. I mean, I guess it's sort of like a flexible, what do they call those? The leaves or whatever that people put on their walls and stuff. But it's like a cloth. They had Will Powers in a bit. Yeah, there was a little bit of Will Powers. You're right, there was a little bit. But yeah, we could use more Will. Will would be another good example for sure. I mean, at least we're getting Ron and Desiree a little bit, which we've gotten like... We got a reference to Master Mask in the last game, and we got to... And Lotta was there, but we didn't get to speak to her in the last game. And we did get to say, like, a couple sentences to Emma, but, like, that was it. It was, like, so many teases, and we never got to actually interact with people. But then there's Larry and Old Bag again, and they get to be in the longest fucking one. And it's just like... Why didn't we get to see Lotta too? Like, I miss Lotta. Why not? You know? That's weird. And then they just introduced this new... like southern sounding journalist girl for the beginning of this one. It's just like that could have just been Lotta again, to be honest. Like, not that I don't want to meet new people, but it's just like I honestly specifically miss Lotta, as you can tell. But I would be cool to see people like Will Powers and stuff as well. Yeah, it's not enough, right? Yeah. No matter what it is or how it got here. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth.
And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more.
Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off. This cloth off. Cloth off.
Wow, they're beautiful.
You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of the Pisces fell? See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or a mistake after all. Nah.
Hey, Miles. There sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago.
Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Wait, what? Wig hair just dangling in front of my face? I got some scissors here. Let me just handle this. There we go. Keeps touching my nose.
Capricorn is a half fish too. Hide the lower half of it and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up.
The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace. So it seems, Mr. Shields. It looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace too. Hold it, who said that? Oh no, oh man. Damn it, it's Justine. It was Courtney Justine? Just because it's like court justice, right? And then we have Milo DeBest. His name Milo, I think. His name's Milo. Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney.
Hey, you guys again. This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene.
Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings.
Nah.
Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment.
You've got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate. Really? Well then, Flatfoot. I'll have to do with that. That? Yeah, that. Right. Cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that. Oh, you're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal.
Why do they all have the ability to do that? Hold it, Jabest. I'm the only one that will be cutting anyone's salaries around here. I am only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe was not to blame.
So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary?
No, that's not what I meant. Let's not go too far here, okay?
But it would be really nice to get a salary raise.
Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian.
Oh, it's Sebastian's his name.
But past transgressions must lead to future judgment.
It must be Milo from last night, because Milo Dane was the character last night. Maybe that's where I was getting that from. No, it's Sebastian.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, and all in his company, depart at once from this holy site.
But that's... We only just got here.
The one given the goddess... Oh, wait. The one given the goddess of law's blessing for the incident is Sebastian.
In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case. Sabby DeBest, yep. You think that's what Crispy's cat's named after? Is this Sebastian? Is this who he reminds you of, Crispy? I don't think Crispy's here today, but that'd be funny.
Widow Sabby. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit.
What? Who, pal?
Well, naturally, that artist. Naturally, it's Larry, because it's always Larry.
Totally named after this guy. Yeah, there you go, exactly.
Me? Hey! What's going on, Edgy?
And flashbacks, Larry? Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how inculpable you are.
He doesn't. He always uses the wrong words. It seems he doesn't know what inculpable even means.
That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable.
Yes, incapable.
She just nonchalantly corrected him.
Don't underestimate my intelligence-gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas.
And what was the cause?
Some normal substance. What was the name of it again? Hold on a sec. I'll call the doctor to make sure.
Since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him.
In that case, why didn't you tell us before he called?
The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of chemicals.
Like, she just ignores that question.
She's like, it's because he's annoying and I wanted him to walk away. Their names are Normalium and Fatalium.
All right. It's like a little too on the nose, you know what I mean? Oh, man, that's funny. This is a goofy game, dude.
So what are those chemicals exactly?
Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products because it's normal. It's Normalium. It can be found in paint, detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself.
So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone?
Yes, but Fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain.
Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for?
Oh yeah, you don't think you think so? Okay, you think it sounds kind of dangerous? Normalium and Fatalium LMFAO, right? Isn't that so silly, dude? I both love it and roll my eyes at that at the same time. Oh, it makes megatoxin.
It is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as Megatoxin X. Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now we are looking into how this chemical was obtained.
So it's white and red, which makes pink. And we saw in Larry's picture there was a pool on the floor of pink. And that could be like what was dripping from... Oh, I bet that's what it was. That the ice was made of one of them or something, and then it mixed. Like, that's why the red was... The tears were actually the normalium, right? And it was mixing because the sculpture was thawing. So then that caused it to mix, right? And then that created the poison gas. So the poison gas was like triggered by raising the temperature of the room, right? That's my guess. And that's why there's a pool of pink on the floors, because that would be the mixed stuff that caused the gas, right?
Okay, I finally found out the names of those chemicals.
Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again.
Fine then. I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist.
You're treating me as the culprit just because of that?
I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying.
Hey, Edgy! Don't you think this prosecutor's kind of an idiot?
And that's Larry saying that, dude. That's hilarious. And he's got room to say it. I mean, you know.
Indeed, although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd.
Hey, don't ignore me.
It's all right, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines the best.
The first star shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too.
Mr. the Best shining logic. I'm sure it'll be shining all right.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. That's all I need, right? That's enough.
The best chance. There you go.
So, what do you think, Justine?
We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off? The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. Please watch what you say. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty.
He starts hitting on her right away, dude. Fucking classic Larry, dude. Please pay no heed to this man's statements. Don't listen to anything he has to say.
Hey, you guys. Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave.
Classic Larry. There you go, Charlotte. What's up, Charlotte? Good to see you. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. How you doing today, Charlotte? How was your Thursday? It's almost the weekend. A freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect.
Indeed, at first glance, this man seems suspicious, however.
At first glance? What's with that first all of a sudden? Are you trying to steal my spot as the star that shines best?
Huh? Would that make me the best artist?
Larry, don't make this one any more confusing than it already is. Mr. DeBest, continue your reasoning now.
Shut up, Larry. I'm trying to leave work. At work, some shit went down today, but I'm trying to paint a project due Sunday. How are you? Right on. Yeah, leave that shit where it belongs. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know how hard that can be sometimes. I really get stuck with stuff sometimes, so I can understand how difficult it can be to let something go sometimes. But I hope that maybe doing some painting and maybe hanging out with us help take your mind off it. Just chill out. And what's the project you got? Is that another puppy dog or something? And I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I went through a lot of stress today with house buying stuff, but we're doing okay now. Oh, you know, I just realized I had the wrong background up. Shit, my bad. I thought I was doing good about setting up today, and I still got fucking Tinykins in the background. Son bitch. There we go, courtroom. Boom, got it. Fix. House buying equal hella stressful. It is. There's just so many numbers flying around. My big thing was just like that they like have so many documents that reference the same like fees. But to me, like just trying to go over the documents and not like take all freaking day. Like I just kept seeing all these numbers, like these dollar signs and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this, what the hell? What am I paying? You know, like what the fuck? Why is it so complicated? You know what I mean? And so I had to just like talk to my mortgage consultant. She like helped me break it down. She's like, well, it's just the same like fees, you know, multiple times, and so it just all comes down to this. And it's just like, okay, well, why didn't you just say that? You know what I mean? No, I'm feeling okay now. She helped get me all straightened out. Sorry you have stress, but I'm a firm belief that it's all work for our that it'll all work out for the best in the end. Hell yeah, gotta keep a positive outlook, right? And thankfully not in as much pain tonight compared to the past few nights. That's awesome. That's really good still. Hopefully it's on its way out then, you know what I mean? Hopefully kind of the swelling will go down. Get that hot compress on there again tonight. Same fees on the I can see how that would cause some angst. Yeah, because then it's like on this page it says $3,000, and then on this page it says $3,000, and it's like they're both like talking about the closing costs, and it's just like, why am I signing two documents that say I'm like paying someone money? Like that makes me uncomfortable, dude. You know what I mean? Like, why are we doing that? So yeah, so weird. Bro, for Stella, I didn't know how to do like love for Stella. Oh, you can do a hug. Love is for everybody. But if you just want to do a hug, that would be like a targeted one. Still going to the doctor on Monday to get checked out. Oh yeah, definitely. Don't just do that for sure. Anyways, let's keep going.
The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right?
Yes, apparently normalium is used in many everyday products.
Right. So the red paint is definitely suspicious.
But it's also used in things other than paint, right?
I guess you have a point. What do you think, Justine?
That's right. Normalium is also used in detergent, for example.
In other words, it might not have been paint that caused the gas.
That's not true. Let me finish my reasoning.
There you go. That hug in there. Stella gives Shyla a great big hug. Aww.
As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance.
Even if paint is the cause of the poison gas, that does not mean he is guilty.
Haha. Well then, if the paint is not the cause, that doesn't mean he is innocent either.
Now he's just trying to sound clever. Mimicking what Mr. Edgeworth says won't make you look cool at all.
Okay, please don't make my statements look bad.
Now then, it's about time to wrap up my shining logic.
Man, that guy's voice, it fucks my throat a little bit.
The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit.
I feel like I should have like a little bit of honey maybe for these streams when I do a shit ton of reading and talking. Just help the throat a little bit, you know what I mean? Do you truly claim that Larry is the culprit based on just that?
Huh? You got a problem with that? If you have a problem, then present evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like he really wants you to do that.
Indeed. Then I will do as he wishes and present evidence. It seems he doesn't pay much attention to what other people are saying. There is a clear contradiction in Mr. DeBest's logic.
Might he even bother making a phone call?
I'll finish this quickly. This is a waste of time. Flawless victory.
Let me see. Let's see if I can figure this out. The artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally the best. Poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint. As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. Paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. Let me look at Larry's picture. So you got that pink pool on the floor. I'm assuming that's the chemical mixture. Larry drew a sketch of the Pisces sculpture just as he saw it. Touch the check button for details. What about the used gas burner? I don't know that that's the evidence we need now, but rainbow light device injects light into fluorescent claw, touch check, da-da. Poison gas, white fatalium mixed with red normalium causes the chemical reaction. Technically, the sherbet desserts the victim made 8 years ago. They are very similar, but still just a little bit different, aren't they? Huh. Thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate you. We can vote too, but it's about earrings, so I don't know how much of an opinion you would have. Yeah, I don't know that I would have like a very informed one, but I mean, I guess if you want me to, I could take a whack at it. So I'm not sure exactly what's the piece of evidence we need here. Is it the sketch? Larry drew a sketch of the Pisces sculpture just as he saw it. Touch the check button for details. Like he drew it just as he saw it, and he's really far away from it, right? Because if he saw all that, then he wouldn't be close enough to have mixed any of it or whatever. And like, really, I think the main thing for me is that in this picture we see that the normalium is inside the glass case. So you're saying that Larry climbed up in there and poured it on it or something? Like, what? I don't understand why. I guess. I don't know. I might try that one, but like, what would I press it against? I guess, huh? Let's take a look again at his testimony here. Right along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's a culprit. As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint. That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. I don't know, I guess I'll just press it against the last one. I don't know, this one's like not super obvious. At least not to my brain. I guess. Give me a second, let's go ahead and save really quick. Scum save. Done. Okay. And we'll try presenting Larry's drawing here, and we'll see what happens. Mr. The Best, there's a contradiction in your statement. This doesn't sound good.
Eh? Is that true, Justine?
It is not, Sebastian. It is Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement that is contradictory.
Of course. There's no way there could ever be contradiction in my argument.
Alright. So that was not correct. That was indeed not correct. I don't know. I'm just gonna look it up. What will the contradiction be? Will I feel stupid when I look this up? We'll find out. Oh man, yeah, okay. I do feel like an idiot. It wasn't that bad. I could have figured that out. It's because, of course, he would need more than just Normalium, because the whole point is that it has to be mixed with Fatalium. Duh, because he's only like accounting for half of the mixture for the poison gas. And that's like the contradiction where it's just like, I guess it's not really a contradiction though, right? It's just he's missing a piece there. It's just like, well, he may have had paint that had Normalium in it, but where would he have gotten the Fatalium? But I just don't think that's not really a contradiction though, right? Like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see that as like a contradiction, you know? All right, let's see. And it was, which statement is it? I assume it's the one he talks about Normalium. Let's see. It's probably this one. We'll just go with it. Music stopped. Mr. DeBest, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star.
It shines the best like a shooting star, right?
It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. Weird game logic, you are correct. It is not a true contradiction, but we go with the game strange flow. Yeah, we just got to go with it. But yeah, it's just, I think that's why, I guess I'm just trying to figure out a reason why I can justify having not thought of that, because I was so like trying to find something that he said that's just, that there's a contradiction for. He said something that was wrong, not just he was leaving something out, right? There's, you got to think outside of the box. Like they put you in a box, but you have to realize you just need to step out of it for a second and think about it. Man, if I could ever meet someone who happened to play these games by themselves and just always got everything right the first try, I'd shake their hand. Because some of this stuff is so wonky. But it's okay, because it's fun. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture.
Exactly. So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the Normalium in his red paint.
As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both Normalium and Fatalium together. The Normalium contained, and the red paint is not enough by itself.
Really? But I thought I heard that Normalium caused the fatality.
Don't tell me you just misheard the forensic report. See, we should have had him say what he was gonna say, right? Because if he would have made the call and said it, we would expose the fact that he got that wrong way earlier.
Darn it!
By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are.
Hey, what do you mean by incapable? What does it even mean? What that word?
You tried to use that word earlier and you still don't know what it means?
He means to say you are lacking in ability. Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning.
I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you?
I am merely saying you are incapable of you are incapable in your investigation.
Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement.
What kind of doubts?
For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time.
That's preposterous.
Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case?
Well, do you have evidence that the red paint contains Normalium, even? Like, have we even gotten that far yet? Like, I hate when they do this to me, where they make all of these, like, assertions, but they don't have to provide evidence for their assertions. Like, I say it every time, but it's just like, what the fuck? That's so backwards, dude. The most important thing now is not the red paint. The red Normalium and the white Fatalium. Exactly how are these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern.
Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now.
I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Papa says beer fizz, 2 cans beef broth. 1 cup ginger ale, 2 tablespoons lemon juice. Combine in shaker and pour over ice to serve. 2 cans of beef broth. 1 cup of ginger ale. Like 2 cans of beef broth? 2 tablespoons of lemon juice? I mean, any beef broth is probably gross, but ugh. Tasty, tasty noms. Like, you actually like that, or is that a food crime? I'm not sure how to take this. I don't want to insult you or anything, but that sounds fucking disgusting. Food crime for sure. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. That's whew, dodged a bullet there. Beef fizz. Ooh, so beefy. Nice one, child. I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. It's funny how I labeled today's stream Gregory Edgeworth, even though last week's was Gregory Edgeworth. I'm gonna have to swap when they go on YouTube. I'm gonna have to swap the names. Because we're not playing as Greg today. I thought we'd be playing more Greg, but we're not. I miss him though. I like Greg's voice. Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas. That's Greg's voice. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but fucking gross. Hey, I was just trying to soften the blow, you know what I mean?
Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas.
How the poison gas started. I have something that may shed some light on this matter.
Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff.
Come now. It's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with.
If you say so, Sebastian.
Come now. Show us. How did the poison gas start?
All right, let's save really quick. We're going to take a whack of this. Let's come see. So what, I guess the gas burner is what we were thinking. I don't know what else we would present here besides the gas burner. But we don't know that started the poison gas, but it was warm, so I guess that's why we think it maybe did? Maybe it was something to do with it? Let's try it.
Can you see this piece of evidence? It has traces of poison gas, so the gas's origin.
Sebastian, don't get too close to Mr. Edgeworth. His foolish logic will make you dizzy. I find it poisonous and even guilty.
Really? What was it then? I'm fucked, man. Okay, hold on. What is it then? Oh, it's the thing I talked about earlier. Okay. We hadn't actually gotten to that in the photo yet, so I thought we wouldn't be able to present that. But I'm supposed to present that puddle I talked about earlier, where I said it was the 2 chemicals mixing. So it's Larry's freaking photo. God, this game, dude. Twitch finally working this morning? Hell yeah. Were you having troubles, Crispy? I know Stella just had some weird hiccup thing where everything just fucked up for a little bit. So maybe you've had some stuff like that as well. Did it not work for you yesterday, Crispy? Wait, weren't you around for a little bit yesterday? I thought you were. What does that sound? What? My upstairs neighbors is making noise. Can you guys hear that? It's weird. He's like dragging shit across his patio or something. I don't know. But it's just like so weird. I heard it in my mic and I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like, how loud is it? My mic picked it up. Fuck. Just said everyone was offline when I clicked videos. Oh, really? That's weird. Man. Your like whole connection to Twitch was malfunctioning apparently. Or maybe it was like the server you were connecting to was malfunctioning because it sounds like you could get on the website. You just couldn't. The website just wasn't working. And it's just too. We were talking about you not being here before. Glad you joined. Yeah, we're glad to have you. How's your day?
Surely you're not saying that was the cause of the poison gas. It seems even you've not noticed it. Or even you've noticed it? Duh, it really stands out. Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium. Huh? Wait a second. If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas?
I don't have time to play along with him.
The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. That red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas. What? Just where do you see evidence that chemicals were being mixed? That can also be seen in the sketch.
And that's the pink puddle. See, like, how was I supposed to, like, make it this far? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, the whole chess analogy really fits because it's like you're supposed to see, like, 5 moves ahead. Like, shit, dude, I didn't know that they were gonna, like, the conversation would lead here. You know, like, fuck, man. Dom is live, but this channel is offline. How annoying. This guy's name is Sebastian DeBest. I called him Sebi DeBest. Yeah, we were joking around about how we were saying you named Sebastian after this Sebastian, this annoying kid. So present that. Take that. A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed. Hold on a second. I still don't get it. How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed? Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you should know about mixing paint, right? What do you do to make red, what do you add to red to make pink? Don't take me for a fool, Edgy! I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make pink, it's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others. That's enough. Hold it, yeah, blue. I almost expected Larry to be wrong on that. Now do you understand, Mr. DeBest? Ah, that's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid. Yes, exactly. Took him long enough. I see.
It looks like Mr. DeBest finally gets it.
Ah, then here comes Justine.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do you really know if the color was the result of the two chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it.
I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie?
Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak.
So cold. But that's part of her charm.
Of course, I intend to bring the truth to light immediately.
It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artist did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there is no room for you to argue any further.
You see, you're wanting me to prove a negative. You have to prove a positive. You can't, like... you're making the assertion that he came in here, so you have to prove. You have the burden of proof. Come on. He's definitely an annoying kid. Oh, yeah, Sebastian. That's right.
Hey, couldn't we find that out if we talked to the victim, pal?
The victim, Dane Guskavia, remains unconscious and in critical condition.
That's right.
Oh, cool. We got to see her do it, like, with full body shot. That's cool.
Well then, Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now. All of you, please vacate the premises. If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. Is there something you would like to say, Mr. Artist?
Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty.
Miss Cool Beauty? Get it together and bring it back to me?
My name is Justine Courtney. Please don't address me by such a strange title.
Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justy. I'm Larice Dunim, but you can call me Larice.
Mr. Artist, please get to the point.
I just remembered something I haven't had a chance to say yet. When I first got into this room, it was locked, so I couldn't go in. But then that old dude just suddenly fell through the door.
It would appear that the palace rooms can be locked from the inside. But just because you say it's so, doesn't mean that the door was locked. Without proof, your statement holds no value.
Well, why not let Uncle Ray prove it for you?
What?
After all, we can confirm the room was locked too. Right, Miles?
Yes, I remember well.
The Winter Palace should be... Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. And they've already opened the museum.
Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered this room.
Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during the gas outbreak.
As you can see, this man did not inhale any of the gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find that he wasn't carrying a gas mask either.
Is that so? Well then, I have no choice but to agree.
That was easier than expected.
Anyway, I presume this clears up any suspicion surrounding Larry. Seems Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again.
Not exactly. I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time.
He sure has a grand way of saying that things didn't work out for him. In that case, there is one more suspect who has yet to take the stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go.
Huh? But I wanted to talk to you a little more, Justy.
Just gonna hit him with her fucking gavel.
Overruled.
Your cold demeanor leaves me mesmerized all the more.
This other suspect is...
A pharmacist by the name of Delicia Scones. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain the Fatalium from Megatoxin X. But a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do that.
That's true, right?
The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
This isn't a court, Courtney.
Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly.
Best? If we brought her quickly? Sounds good. Leave it to me. Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation. Got it. Oh, man.
Don't tell me. Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning.
So Mr. DeBest's logic wasn't any help at all.
Judge Courtney, just what is she thinking?
Slow fade. To be continued. Nice, we got through a section. That wasn't that bad. We got through a whole section. We're only like halfway through the stream. Hell yeah, dude. Saving that. April 2nd, 12:05 p.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Autumn Palace. One moment. All right, here we go.
She said it would only be a 10-minute recess. They sure are taking an awfully long time.
Ahem. Sorry to keep you waiting. Prosecutor DeBest presents Miss Delicia Scones.
Yesy, you called, so here I am. It is I, Delicia Scones, the pharmacist who makes delicious drugs. But you can call me Miss Delicious.
And you can call me Mr. DeBestest.
Oi, nice to meet you, bestie.
They've gone straight to nicknames.
Huh? That boy reminds me of someone.
This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son.
Yesy, nice to meet you, Miley.
Could you please not call me Miley? I am not going to be swinging any round on any wrecking balls anytime soon. Thank you.
Greetings, Greggy's boy. I guess it's a sign that I'm getting old.
How old is this woman?
Sebastian, isn't there something you'd like to ask Miss Pharmacist?
Oh, right, yeah. Miss Delicious, could you tell me the reason why you came to the gallery?
Yesy, I came to see the curator, Katie. I've been friends with her for 18 years, so I visit her quite often. Is it true, Miss Pharmacist, that you also assisted in the treatment of Mr. Gustavia? I guess you could say that, although I only made the antidote for the doctor. Wow, you made the antidote on the spot? Yesy. As long as I have the right ingredients, I can make any drug easily. The infirmary here is well equipped, you see.
Smiles, Edgeworth. Smile, Edgy boy.
Instead of sending him to the hospital in critical condition, we treated him right away. I did all I could. The rest depends on his body's ability to recover.
Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious?
Yesy. Although, it's been 18 years since I last saw him. I only knew that he had become a world-famous pastry chef.
Eh? Is the victim that famous?
I heard on the news that he had won a competition for designing desserts.
That reminds me, I do remember him mentioning something about studying design in Zhengfa.
Zhengfa's coming up again. That's gonna somehow link all these things together, right? Somehow it's linked to Zhengfa.
Now, let's get down to business, Miss Pharmacist. Are you familiar with the drug Megatoxin X? Yesy. It's a drug that's used to kill those things. It's mega effective.
Those things? What are those things? Like bad guys?
Because the effects are so potent, it's not available to the general public.
What are those things you're referring to?
It's a drug for vanquishing the creatures that strike fear into the heart of a lady. The ones that often infest kitchens and the like.
Cockroaches?
I think I know what she's talking about. So, Miss Pharmacist, may I ask you one more thing? Do you know what happens when you mix normalium with fatalium? Yesy, I know. It's even written on the warning label for Megatoxin X, hazardous when mixed. When the two drugs are mixed together, a chemical reaction occurs and a gas is released. Inhaling a large amount of this gas can cause breathing difficulties and even death. From the amount of poison gas Gusty breathed in, I think, there was probably at least 500 millimeters of each chemical in the gas.
Wow, she really knew. As expected of a pharmacist, she's very well informed.
Normalium is an adhesive liquid that becomes hot as soon as heat is applied. It also has a red color and a minty fragrance due to its low cost. It's used everywhere.
So I think it's like the torch was used to melt it, right? Like the normalium was frozen inside the sculpture, and then they must have used the torch to melt it to release the normalium, and then it mixed with the fatalium, I guess. Like I don't know, because it would have been made more sense just to lower the temperature of the room, but that doesn't explain the torch, right? Bleach and ammonia is the best solution to clean your toilet. Right on. Random facts with Crispy. Thank you, Crispy. And you can clean up hard water stains with cleaning vinegar. You can do that as well. I've heard that.
Fatalium is white, watery liquid. That's enough for now. As expected of a pharmacist, you're very knowledgeable. Yesy, of course I am. Megatoxin X is one of the chemicals that the company I work for produces.
Oh man, so much more guilty now. Girl, you're not helping yourself. The next to do that actually releases a toxic gas. Probably like what she's talking about. It doesn't though. Using vinegar in your toilet doesn't release toxic gas. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't do that.
Ah, but not just anyone has access to it. It's so potent as a poison. It's so potent as a poison that it couldn't be sold to the public after all. Thank you. I think that's all I need to hear.
No bleach and ammonia. Oh, I was like, yeah, vinegar doesn't. Okay, I gotcha. That's funny. That I didn't know. That's funny. My head was totally somewhere else.
Does Judge Courtney suspect her? What is she hiding behind that smile?
Why is she being such a bitch? Oh, Flatfoot, have you made progress in the investigation or something?
Yeah, let me tell you. The glass cases that contain the sculptures can be opened by a mechanism in the lid.
What strange cases.
The temperature in the cases can be lowered down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
In just the cases? I thought the whole room was cold for that reason, right?
The inside of the Pisces case is set to 27 degrees Fahrenheit, so my hand nearly got stuck to the ice.
Good thing it didn't. So then,
From the lid of the Pisces case, we detected slight traces of normalium.
not bad.
Huh? If the normalium was in a glass case at the temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit, then it would have been frozen to the liquid.
Really? So, what happened?
Mr. DeBest, why don't we try borrowing the power of Kay's little thief? I think the circumstances will be easier to understand if we use our Mr. Thief.
So you really want to help me out that much? Fine. I'm not really sure how this all works, but you get on with it.
I hate being bossed around by this guy, but to arrive at the truth, I'll do it.
Oh, what? She doesn't want to use it?
Stop acting as you please. The goddess of law has no need for your power.
Oh, what? What? That doesn't make any sense. When you have a tool that helps you fucking perform a job, you use it. What the hell is going on here, Courtney?
Don't be such a stick in the mud, Corny Pie. We have the approval of the prosecutor in charge, so what's the problem? Could it be there's something the PIC doesn't want us to find out?
That's none of your concern. If you insist on participating in the investigation, then let me check if you are qualified by asking you a question.
And wear my fringe like that when it's long enough? Yeah, and the zigzags? That'd be awesome. I want to see that. What does that look like in real life?
What is she planning?
Who set off the poison gas? If you can answer me that, I'll allow you to work with us.
Well, that's what the whole fucking, like, investigation is, so that's... God, what a stupid ultimatum. Courtney sucks, dude. She's gotta be, like, one of the worst bad guys that all of them do. She's bringing down the entire, like, game.
Well then, Miles.
It's like I love every other new character we've ever met except for like Courtney and Sebastian. And honestly, I like Courtney's design. I think she's got a great design, but it's just like this, I don't know. She's like frustrating. Her personality isn't like, I don't know, like enough. She's no Von Karma, if you will.
The person who opened the Pisces case and set off the gas. When you think about the circumstances, there's only one person it could have been.
Yes, considering the circumstances, it's clear who it was. I guess it's Miss Delicious, right? I guess? Who else do we have as a culprit?
So please give me your answer. Who set off the poison gas?
I mean, I guess it could be Katie, right? She could have. She works here. Here's all the people we have. And, oh, it was definitely Sebastian, dude. Just always blame it on Sebastian. Fuck this kid. I feel like it would have to be Delicia Scones. That's what I'm gonna assume. We're gonna save and stuff first. Gotta scum save it, you know what I mean? Scum save for the win, am I right? Alright, let's see. Was it Miss Scones? Let's find out. The one who set off the gas is clearly this person. Nope. Apparently it was it's not clearly that person. Oh, okay. Well, weird, but okay. Let me load back in. I looked it up. It's the only other person that was in the room, I guess. Which I should have guessed that, but it's just always weird when we go this route. But it was the victim. The victim poisoned himself. All right. Okay. Whatever. There was no one in the Autumn Palace other than the victim, Dane Gustavia. It's hard to believe it could have been anyone but him.
It seems that way. Very well, I'll allow you to participate this time. However, if I feel you are a hindrance, I will have to ask for you to leave.
Understood. But what I don't understand is why the victim opened that case.
Could the case have been filling with the gas? I don't know why he would, like, open it still, but I don't know why. Why would you open it, dude?
So, Mr. Edgeworth, what shall I recreate?
Based on the information we've gathered so far, let's recreate the scene before the gas.
Got it. Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop. And go!
Wah! Don't scare me like that.
So this is the true power of Sir Thief.
It's called Lil Thief, alright? Come on. Let's investigate the Pisces sculpture post-haste. Post-haste. There's frozen normalium on the lid of the Pisces sculpture glass case.
It's frozen so thick you can't even open the lid.
On the actual glass case, the lid was heavily cracked.
It was like someone had it out for the Pisces sculpture, sir.
Do you have any idea how it came to be cracked like this?
Well, the damage didn't seem to have come from outside of the glass case, sir.
I see. So the inside of the case was below freezing point, and the case had developed cracks. There's no sign of external damage. From this we can deduce. It must be that the temperature difference is what did it? Right? That would have cracked the glass?
Below freezing? Like Mr. Edgeworth's cold stare.
And cracked? Like Mr. Edgeworth's furrowed brow.
Thermal fracturing. The cold glass case was heated from the outside, causing it to crack.
But why did thermal fracturing occur here? And what caused it?
It would have been the torch? That would have done it? Inside the thermally fractured glass case, there was frozen normalium.
Oh? That face means you probably thought of something, Miles.
Indeed I have. I know how Mr. Gustavia was able to open the glass case.
What? How can you possibly know something I don't?
I'd say the things he does know are in the minority.
Hey, aren't you going to let me know? How did Dane Gustavia open the glass case?
I'm gonna assume it was the used gas burner, but we're definitely gonna save, dude. You never freaking know. This gas burner that was found in the Autumn Palace shows signs of recent use. I believe this was the cause of the thermal fracturing in the Pisces sculpture's glass case.
A glass burner? Or a gas burner? Why would he use something like that?
Ah, I got it. The lid was frozen shut, so we had to use the burner to melt the ice.
Ah, so he was just trying to get it open by melting the ice? Indeed, that is correct.
I just had a late start. I'm still the best, you know.
Late start. You didn't even understand a single thing, did you?
Well, that's just because Mr. Edgeworth's explanation was too hard to follow.
Okay, why don't you update the little thief so that he can understand it?
If you say so. Right, let's restart the recreation. Beep.
beep, beep, boop. And there we go.
The victim, Dame Gustavia, was the only one to enter the Autumn Palace. If he used the gas burner then, the normalium in the glass case would have melted.
And then?
The melted normalium would have come into contact with the fatalium inside the case and produced the poison gas. The moment Mr. Gustavia opened the lid, he would have began to inhale the gas. He managed to drag himself out to the fountain patio just before his strength ran out. And Larry just happened to be standing right there when he did it. Classic Larry. I feel like Larry should almost have like a name like that Saw It guy did. Frank Saw It. It's like Larry should be the one who saw it, right? Because he's seen everything, dude. All right, I need to use the restroom real quick, guys. So nature is calling me, but we will be back in just a couple minutes to continue on, because we still got at least an hour left of the stream. So yeah, don't go away. If you need to use the restroom, get yourself a snack or whatever. Now's a good time. But we will be back right after this.
Monday, Cult of the Lamb.
Let's do that bonfire ritual. Hell yeah, plus 30. Everybody loves it when we do this. You know, we light a huge fire. We all get naked. We dance. Everybody loves it. It's always a good time. Get the morale up.
Tuesday, 12 minutes.
I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself. What are you talking about? I've done it before. Just listen to me. I haven't figured out how it all works yet, but for example, if I get beat up, I go back to the start of the evening. What?
Whatever Wednesday. Thursday, Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Why? Is this why they kept it from America? Is it because of Ray? Ray's just a problematic character. Just like,
Come here, young lady. You look pretty sexy. Come hug old Uncle Ray.
Friday, Yakuza Kiwami 2.
oh shit, dude. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is so brutal. I wanted the gun. Where's the gun at? There we go. And I just shoot him.
Monday, Cult of the Lamb.
Let's do that bonfire ritual. Hell yeah, plus 30. Everybody loves it when we do this. You know, we light a huge fire, we all get naked, we dance. Everybody loves it. It's always a good time. Get the morale up.
Tuesday, 12 minutes.
I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself. What are you talking about? I've done it before. Just listen to me. I haven't figured out how it all works yet, but for example, if I get beat up, I go back to the start of the evening. What?
Whatever Wednesday. Thursday, Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Hey, why? Is this why they kept it from America? Is it because of Ray? Ray's just a problematic character. Just like,
Come here, young lady. You look pretty sexy. Come hug old Uncle Ray.
Friday, Yakuza Kiwami 2.
oh shit, dude. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is so brutal. I wanted the gun. Where's the gun at? There we go. And I just shoot him.
All right, thanks for sticking around, everybody who's still here. Appreciate you guys. The call of nature has been answered. I feel like my forehead got bigger. There we go. All right, let's do it. Sorry about the wait. Now time for more Ace Attorney.
So he inhaled the gas when he opened the lid.
It seems he finally understands.
Welcome back. Thank you, Crispy. Appreciate you.
But why did Mr. Gustavio open the glass case of the Pisces sculpture?
The victim's goal. That I do not know yet.
Perhaps he had the same reason as Uncle Ray. Maybe he actually came to see the Winter Palace, not the Autumn one. Uncle Ray also thought that this was the Winter Palace at first.
Oh, wait, you too, Ray Ray? Actually, I thought so too. It looks just like Icy Room from... Oh.
What did he say? Did Dom take too long? Oh, he said no? Hey, there you go. Hell yeah. Let's see what Dola's thinks. Nice. Yeah, I need to get the voice to... speech to work, or the text to speech. And why does he come up with a black background? That's weird. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks, Stolas. I appreciate you, dude. Watching out for me. Yeah, I know he did that last time on this scene, but he didn't do it last Sunday. I think the last time it was used was Sunday, and he popped up in the corner and he was totally fine. So I don't know why it's doing it here, but it wasn't doing it on the Strange Planet setup. It's like I must have fucked something up. It must have been something I did. Let's see here. Maybe I just have one of the files. Maybe it was just because it was that same video file. I don't know. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Well, they're all WebMs. Yeah, I don't know why that's. I'm gonna have to look at that later. I don't know why that's like that. That's weird. I can only imagine I must have screwed something up though, because if it works on my other setup, it must work on this one too. But I must have done something weird. I have to leave the children's cartoon channel on in the background today. Why is that? What's going on that would require that? I'm trying to think. Is there like, do you have a child in your house today or something?
It looks just like Icy's room from 18 years ago. It's even got the exact same plants in front of the door.
It seems like everyone involved with the IS-7 incident made the same mistake. It is imperative that we investigate the real Winter Palace immediately. I should suggest that to Mr. DeBest.
I get it now. Yeah, that's how it was.
Huh. Did you think of something?
The victim committed suicide. He thought he would look refined if he died in an art gallery.
You don't know this guy very well, do you? Every other channel is 24/7 Queen Dead News. Oh, yeah. I guess you guys get a lot of that over in Australia too then, huh? That's interesting. Because we don't, I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't watch TV, so I guess I can't say that it's not that over here, but I certainly haven't heard too much from him. Just me and Papa and Aaron were talking about it in the Discord.
Have you even been listening?
Well, if you're as smart as me, just hearing half of the story will be enough.
Sebastian, I'll explain it from the top later.
Top? That means best, right? All right, I'll leave it to you.
First thing I said this morning to my mom was the Queen carked it? Is that a typo? Is that a word I'm just not familiar with? Am I saying it right?
Yes, it would indeed be best to let Judge Courtney handle him.
That aside, don't you have some information to inform everyone of?
Ah, I totally forgot.
What are you talking about?
We did a little checking on that pharmacist.
Carkit is slang, means to die, be dead, etc. I guess I gather that from it, but that's interesting. So that really is a slang. That's I've never heard that word. Am I saying it right? Carkid? Is it Carkid? Am I pronouncing it right? Crispy, help me out.
We, meaning me, the best. Prosecutor's subordinate.
That's not something to brag about.
Shut up, you. Quiet down and listen. Suicide is, off the table for now, yeah. That's because, in short, that pharmacist is the culprit. She set up the gas as a trap.
No! It's a terrible shame, Miss Pharmacist. How could one of in the profession of saving lives stoop to extinguishing them? Huh? What are you saying? I would never do such a thing.
Mr. DeBest, do you have a basis for these accusations? Like parked. Okay, so carked. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that was a really good comparison there. I got that one.
Of course. This is my basis. Her pharmacist's license. It would permit her to handle Megatoxin X, right?
And its active ingredient, Fatalium, was one of the components of the poison gas.
Exactly. That chemical is almost impossible for ordinary people to obtain. But that pharmacist is another story altogether.
It wasn't me. You've got it all wrong.
And that's not all. A bottle of Megatoxin X was found in the victim's pocket. And on the bottle we found clear fingerprints. Yours.
Eep!
You and the curator took the victim to the infirmary, right? That would have given you the perfect opportunity to plant the bottle on him.
That's...
This is new information.
You were the only pharmacist on the premises who could have handled Megatoxin X. Furthermore, as for the curator of this art gallery, you're an acquaintance of hers. You would have access to the gallery at any time in order to prepare the poison gas trap. But please wait! That Megatoxin X, it was stolen! Trying to lie your way out of this won't go well with me. It's true! Look, I've got the proof right here in my bag.
What is she searching for?
Not this. Not this either.
I remember seeing cloth like that recently.
It's the fluorescent cloth.
Ah, here. Please take a look at this.
It's some sort of paper.
What's it say?
April 1st, theft report accepted. Stolen item Megatoxin X. This is a theft report acceptance certificate.
What?
A girl makes me hungry for pastries. Yeah, she just keeps mixing it. It's like she just keeps mixing and then she looks like she's drinking out of it almost. I think she's just trying to cover her face, right, to hide. But it almost looks like she's just like slurping it down.
Yesy, truth is, 1 week ago, my Megatoxin X was stolen. 1 week ago. That means you didn't have it with you today. Yesy, that bottle you just found is probably the one that was stolen from me. I normally carry that bottle of Megatoxin X in my bag at all times, even though I often forget to keep it locked up. I would never even think of mixing it with Normalium.
But why in the world would you carry such a dangerous substance on your person?
Well, you never know when those things will appear, those creatures that infest the kitchen, striking fear into the heart of a lady, right?
You'll ruin the scones mixing it like that, right?
Although if you had a rolled up newspaper, you could just squash them with one blow.
Justine, what do we do now?
Well then, can we really accept this theft report? Let's ask for confirmation. That should clearly tell us whether she's lying.
Right. Well then, let's just call and confirm it. He's like, I can do that. I do have a cell phone. I know how to use that.
It looks like Miss Delicious isn't the culprit.
Indeed. If she really did set up the poison gas as a trap, I don't believe she would do it in the way that incriminates her the most.
So, Miles, who do you think the culprit is?
Predicting the actions of the victim would require a fair amount of advanced planning. Advanced planning? I think we know somebody who's done that. And there's only one person here capable of that.
Huh? Uncle Ray would like to know too. Who do you suspect?
Well, who knows the place the best? The one who stole the Megatoxin X and prepared the room in advance was... Drumroll, please. It was probably Catherine Hall. She's the owner of this place, so she would have the ultimate planning. We are going to save it, though. Let's come save for the win. It's one of my rules. Catherine Hall. It had to be the curator of the Zodiac Art Gallery, Miss Catherine Hall. I got it. However, I still don't have any evidence that she's the criminal yet.
I see. She is.
The way he said that just now sounded like he had been expecting it.
Good job, Miles. As expected from Uncle Ray's future apprentice.
I have no intention of becoming your apprentice.
And I will now announce the results of my verification. I can confirm that her theft report was indeed accepted. Therefore, it's a little too early to come to a decision.
That means your logic was completely faulty.
You're wrong. My real performance is still to come.
Really? And how do you plan to proceed with your investigation?
That's... first we need to speak with the curator.
And after that?
Well, cross that bridge when we come to it.
Sebastian, Mr. Gustavia may have had business in the Winter Palace. I believe we should send an investigator there as well.
Oh, that's good too. Yes, let's get on that. Detective Gumshoe, investigate the Winter Palace at once. Got it, sir. Justine, let's go talk to the curator.
Yes, let us proceed.
We should go and listen to what Miss Hall has to say as well. April 2nd, 1:35 p.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio.
All right, I want you guys to listen to what the curator has to say.
Mr. DeBest, weren't you going to go and talk to her yourself?
Nah, that's a job for my subordinates. All I had to do is wait for their report. I'm the best prosecutor after all.
Such arrogance.
Well, this is an anticlimactic, or this is anticlimactic. I'm gonna chill for a bit. Huh? What's that in the fountain? Ah!
Holy shit, dude. What?
Wow, there is a dead body in the fountain.
What the fuck? Is that... Who is that? Brown hair? Do we know somebody with brown hair? I don't think we've met this person yet. How did that get there? Weird.
What is the meaning of this?
How did nobody notice that until Kay said that? Like, look, now it's super obvious. It's funny that she was the one that realized it.
Silence, everyone! Forensics, identify this body at once.
It's terrible, pal!
Please be quiet, detective.
The ice sculptures in the Winter Palace!
No shit, dude. That was fast. What the fuck?
They've all melted, pal!
What the fuck's going on here?
What?
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 What? Gotta do all my voices in a row there. Do dead bodies immediately float or only after they bloat? Well, I mean, maybe it depends if you had air in your lungs or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question. I don't know enough about dead bodies. What's going on here?
There are 2 victims now.
That is all. Just like 18 years ago. Once again, the ice sculptures have melted.
Again?
And everyone related to the incident 18 years ago is gathered here now. This is no mere coincidence. Don't you think so, Miles?
Yes. The key to finding the truth of this case lies in the IS-7 incident. This is what I believe.
That's right. Uncle Ray thinks so too. Looks like it's time once again for Uncle Ray to tell you about the IS-7 incident.
We get to be Gregory again. Gregory! Are you ready to continue our investigation, Raymond? Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, this should be, this is Ray talking about the past, so...
The IS-7 incident, 18 years ago. Gregory Edgeworth's last case. Isaac Dover was murdered at the venue at a dessert contest. And his body was discovered in the chocolate treasure chest made by Jeff Master. The victim died from blood loss after being struck in the head with a rock salt lamp. The murder weapon was found hidden inside Delicia's candy castle. Then, in the victim's room, where no one had searched yet, all of Dover's sherbet sculpture had melted.
18 years ago. I just realized, so on the bottom, the person that's on the very left, I just took a second to look at it again, is Gregory. So he's the other character out of that group there, instead of it being Ray? Ray's in more of the game so far, so they kind of did Ray dirty there a little bit by putting Greg there. Alright, anyways. December 24th, 9:05 p.m., contest venue, Fountain Patio.
The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room have melted. Due to that, Prosecutor Von Karma immediately drove us away from the scene.
How are we gonna investigate now? And what's with that defense attorney's out? Von Karma's methods are deplorable.
Well, investigating the crime scene is supposed to be the police job, after all.
But you gotta admit, Von Karma's methods are way out of line. Defense attorneys and the police should work together to discover the truth.
Raymond, you must realize that not everyone shares the same views as us. Should one expose the truth for the sake of justice, or simply accept things as they appear? Everyone has their own view on what is right and what is wrong.
Even if that means convicting an innocent man?
Both ourselves and the police are only human. As humans, we all make mistakes. It is for this reason that we defense attorneys exist. So that those who are alone and helpless can have an ally on their side.
An ally on their side?
If we cannot investigate, shouldn't we just find some other way to help?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I still have much to learn.
You're still young, so you'll have many opportunities to learn.
Right, I'll do my best.
Monsieur Edgeworth and Monsieur Shields, would you like to take a brief respite?
Is she gonna be like the murderer of both? Would that be crazy if it was Kate? Kate murdered him back then, and she's murdering this guy now to cover it all up.
I know it's not much, but please eat these.
Wow, thank you.
Mr. Master's favorite food, handmade by Miss Hall. Very sweet and quite misshapen. Okay, the misshapen part's funny. They don't look that misshapen. Let's eat.
I appreciate getting some sugar into my system, but these are a little too sweet. And it's a little misshapen, too.
I don't like it when it's misshapen.
I'm terribly sorry. Does it not suit your tastes?
Not at all. It's deliciously sweet.
Thank you very much. But making sweets isn't really my forte.
Huh? You made this chocolate, Kate?
Yes, chocolate is Monsieur Master's favorite food. Preparing his favorite food is also part of my job. And I'm still not that good at it, so I need him to instruct me.
I envy Master Jeff.
I always want to call him Master Chef.
He gets to eat Kate's handmade sweets whenever he wants.
Did you say something?
No, it's nothing.
This is so sweet, in more ways than one.
Miss Hall, you seem very dedicated to your work.
Without my work, I wouldn't even have the right to be here.
What do you mean?
When I was a child, I was abandoned. Monsieur Master took me in. One snowy Christmas Eve, I was left on the doorstep of his mansion. I owe Monsieur Master my life. He became like a father to me. And so to repay his kindness, I want to continue working for him.
Kate, you're incredible.
I've lived a long life, yet that brought tears even to my eyes.
Today, Christmas Eve has finally arrived once more. But it looks like I won't be able to give him the present I prepared. I would do anything if it meant saving Monsieur Master. If there's any way I could be of service to you, please ask.
Yes, I appreciate that. Well then, do you happen to know anything about the victim, Isaac Dover?
I don't really know much about Monsieur Dover, but I have a photo of the desserts he made for the contest finals.
Nice, they look just like they did in the future. This is certainly a splendid piece of work.
Yes, with its exquisite beauty, it's truly a work of art. It's crafted so intricately that you almost forget it's made out of sherbet. It seems Monsieur Master was also fond of Monsieur Dover's work as well.
Wow, these are the Taurus and the Gemini constellations.
Do you know a lot about constellations, Raymond?
Of course, there was so much romance in the constellations.
There's romance? Is that why everybody asks, what's your sign, babe?
For example, take the club, lyre, and the arrowhead held by Gemini there. These come from... Huh? There are no strings on this lyre. Did Mr. Dover make a mistake in his sculpting?
It's hard to think he would make a mistake like that.
Well, how would he put strings on it? Because they'd still have to be edible. Wasn't that a big part of this whole display is everything has to be edible? Zeus banged everything. The end. There's mythology for you. Sexy.
Huh? I thought you said you didn't know that much about him.
I just sort of felt that way somehow.
It appears she is hiding something from us.
Miss Hall, did you take this photograph yourself?
Yes, I took it with this instant camera. It develops pictures instantly. It's one of my greatest treasures.
Wow! I would love to see it in action.
Well then, why don't we take a picture right now?
Yay! Let's have our picture taken, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sure, I don't mind.
I'm confident in my hairstyle today, even though I'm wearing a hat.
All right, I'll take the picture. All right, I'm taking the picture. Say cheese. Here, it's developed. A present from me to you, Monsieur Shields.
Wow! Thank you so much! That's such a great camera.
It's the only camera in this mansion. Unfortunately, its convenience comes at a cost. There are no negatives.
Which is true, because you can't recreate stuff, right?
No negatives, huh?
That's funny. It comes at a cost. There are no negatives. It's almost like it sounds like it could be a contradictory thing, you know, like because you can say there's no negatives, you know, like there's nothing bad about it, not a single negative thing. Everything's positive. But no, she means no photo negatives, right? Is this the same camera Mr. Master used during the contest?
Yes, you are well informed. While he made his desserts, Monsieur Master photographed his work. After that, he took photos of all the other competitors' works.
Was he taking photos at the time the body was found? The body was discovered during the judging, was it not?
Monsieur Master intended to take photos of everyone's room, but after he photographed Gustavia's room, he ran out of film.
What the fuck? He didn't plan ahead very well.
Monsieur Master asked me to change the film in the camera. It seemed the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film.
It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of the film remaining. Well, he told me himself it might have been just a mistake, though.
Was it really just a mistake?
I retrieved more film from the main building and went back to the fountain patio. And it was then that I heard the sound of something breaking in Monsieur Master's room. Monsieur Master?
Oh yeah, I should do this one. This is a flashback.
Monsieur Master, are you in here? Eek!
And that's when I found Monsieur Dover's body in Monsieur Master's room. It was so terrible. I was really shaken up. Before I spoke to anyone else, I called the police. This camera, I've kept it with me ever since.
I see. If it's all right with you, would you mind lending me your camera and that photo?
Sure, I don't mind at all. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Instant camera develops photos instantly. Has a capacity for 20 photos, but there is only film for 3 more. See, that was like the lamest part of it, right? Because only 20, like that wasn't very much, right? Back in the day, you used to take way more photos in a film reel, like a teeny tiny little reel of negatives, you know? I saw a pretty cool video on TikTok the other day. This guy showing like a process where you can take a negative, take a picture of it with your phone, like in the light, and then use Photoshop. Like there's a few things in Photoshop you can do to like bring all the colors into it correctly, and then just make it a positive, I guess you could say, from a negative, just using Photoshop and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty freaking cool, dude. That's pretty freaking cool. I mean, it makes sense. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you be able to do that? But just hadn't thought of that. Dover's Sherbert Salon added to the court record. Sherbert Salon.
Detective Bad, Miss Delicious. Is the investigation over already?
He said he had no more use for me and kicked me out. Manny, that meanie! What a rude thing to say.
It was probably to ensure that you wouldn't eat any more of the crime scene.
So, Detective Bad, did you get kicked out too?
It seems Von Karma thought I was getting in the way. He won't let me investigate.
Why would he prohibit his own detective from investigating?
Probably because he's probably trying to plant evidence, dude. Because Von Karma sucks.
But we know just about all there is to know about the crime scene. Right now, he's talking to Gustavia in Dover's room.
Why does he need to speak to Mr. Gustavia?
We heard from Hall that Gustavia was seen entering the victim's room.
Mr. Gustavia.
Yes, I saw him entering Dover's room, and it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen. Although I had no idea what he did in there.
He is certainly currently under suspicion for melting Dover's sherbet.
Just why did Mr. Gustavia enter that room?
I also have a photo of Dover's room here. If you need it, I'll let you take a look at it.
Eh? What? Why would you do that for us?
You still don't get it, kid. I'm saying I want to help you guys in order to discover the truth of this case.
Yeah, another friend of the truth. Detective Bad.
Is that alright, Detective Bad? Won't Von Karma chew you out again?
I have no intention of becoming Von Karma's lapdog. If he won't let me investigate, I'll just do as I like. Getting tied up in stupid rules will only blind you to the truth. Isn't that right, Attorney Edgeworth?
Of course, Detective Bad. I thank you.
This is amazing. Mr. Edgeworth, now we've got Detective Bad on our side.
I don't really get what's going on, but I'm glad you boys are all friends now.
I'm grateful that he'll lend us his strength.
Well then, can we see that photo now?
Right. This is the current state of Dover's room.
Wow, the sherbet is completely melted.
The room is drenched in a light blue liquid. We should compare this with the photo Miss Hall took.
Did the sherbet melt because the power cord was pulled out?
Yeah, because it was pulled. All the refrigerated glass cases lost power completely.
Looks like all the power cords were connected to one socket.
Do you have any idea when the cord was pulled?
No, it's still under investigation at the moment.
What a waste of beautiful sherbet.
Honestly, had I known it would have ended up like this, I would have eaten even more of the stuff.
Did Mr. Dover's sherbet taste that good?
Oh, yesy, his sherbet was most delicious.
Really? I wish I could have eaten some too.
But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it.
Salty.
It's right here in this photo. It's a part of that lyre.
That's the lyre from the Gemini constellation.
Ah, you snuck a bite from the lyre. That's why the strings are missing.
Fee?
Is that Phi? I don't know what she's saying there.
Fee, I could never have, eaten that much. It was way too salty.
Dover sherbet was most delicious, but the lyre part was very salty. Why would it be salty? Would it be to help keep things cold or something? Doesn't that help lower the temperature or something?
One part of the sherbet tasted. Oh,
I was going straight into Edgeworth, my bad.
one part of the sherbet tasted different. That's rather curious. Did someone other than her also take a bite of it?
Did you notice anything else?
Now that you mention it, Icy's sherbet sculptures had these strange markings on them. They had 2 letters carved into them. Wait a minute. There! It looks something like this.
It's that PH thing again. We have that stamp, don't we?
An alphabet signature. It can't be.
I knew it! I just knew that Monsieur Dover made this lyre. He isn't one to make mistakes in the sculptures after all.
Miss Hall, it's been troubling me for a while, but do you know something about Mr. Dover?
Huh? Why would I know something about Mr. Dover?
You seem quite attached to Mr. Dover's handiwork.
That's just because his sculptures are such great works of art.
No, I believe that his works are very special to you in particular.
How do you know that?
There is a piece of evidence that we believe belongs to Mr. Dover, and it happens to share a common feature with another piece of evidence.
Please show me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Which 2 pieces of evidence share something in common?
It's so funny when they phrase it like that.
2 pieces of evidence that point to Mr. Dover. Let's start by presenting the first one.
All right, let's save. This is all evidence from last week. Like, come on, man. You expect me to remember that, dude? Well, the PH thing sounds familiar because there's that, but I don't know if that's what he wants us to point out or not. Instant camera, Dover sherbet salon? And the signet? Oh no, I'll try the sherbet salon first. That's definitely something that's attached to Dover, right? I feel like I'm just not on the right wavelength here, though. I gotta say.
And now the second piece of evidence which shares a common feature is...
And the feature we just learned is about the pH. So I'm gonna try the signet crest. And it also has the snow, like snowflake symbol, right?
The connection between these two pieces of evidence tells all. How exactly are those two things connected?
Okay. So again, whatever game. Whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, I don't understand. Okay. Alright, I had one of the pieces of evidence right. It was just that we were also supposed to present the thing that also had the pH on it, not the sherbet thing. So there was the first one I chose that was wrong. Because we are supposed to choose a signet crest, but we're also supposed to choose Jeff's teapot, which has the symbol from the signet crest on it. So I guess I could see that.
Delicia saw 2 letters of the alphabet. They were probably used as Mr. Dover's signature, just as an artist would sign their name on their works.
Right. Oi, I remember now. I see sherbet sculptures had PH carved into them. I'm sure of it.
PH? Those aren't Isaac Dover's initials, though. No. But we found this seal at the scene of the crime. It had probably fallen out of the late Mr. Dover's pocket. If you had pressed this seal into something, it would mark the letters PH. Also, the very same PH symbol is engraved into this teapot. The same symbol? This teapot was made by the sculptor Pierre Hockett. In other words, this PH is the signature of Pierre Hockett. Miss Hall, you know about this signature all too well, don't you?
Yes, Monsieur Hockett's works always bear that signature. Since he never shows himself in public, his signature is used to identify his works.
So that guy Dover is PH? Is that what we're saying? That's what it sounds like it's coming down to.
No way. Are you saying Pierre Hockett is?
It seems Detective Bad has also realized Isaac Dover's true identity.
To Miss Hall, Mr. Dover was no ordinary pastry chef. That's because his true identity was...
A sculptor, a fan of sculptures. Okay, I gotta show you guys, sorry. I guess he's a sculptor, right? Because that's what this PH guy is. We're gonna go ahead and scum it up, though, real quick. There we go.
That's right. Mr. Dover's true identity was the sculptor Pierre Hockett. What? Mr. Dover was a sculptor?
Things like signatures can be faked if you have the original designs. It's true. Can you really use that as proof that he was a sculptor?
No. But what's important here is that Miss Hall thought he was. As for proving his real identity, I'll leave that to the police.
I get it. I'll have the boys check up on it.
As I expected from you, Gregory Edgeworth.
You knew Mr. Dover's real identity all along, didn't you?
Yes. When I discovered the body, I noticed the seal. I knew that from that moment, he was Pierre Hockett, the man I greatly admired. Thinking that would be his final posthumous work, I just couldn't sit still.
Wait, hold on. I'm just realizing the body that we found in the pool in the future is this guy's body. It's Pierre's body, right? Because he has the same haircut, the same clothes. So how did his body end up in the fountain 18 years later? And it doesn't look any the worse for wear or whatever. Weird.
How could it be? How could his body end up in the fountain 18 years later? I don't understand. How could it was here and it was bloody and it was in the treasure chest and now 18 years later there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly kept perfectly pristine all these years. How could it end up there? I don't understand. How did we find him twice? Frozen? Possibly.
One wasn't a body, it was cake! Oh, wouldn't that be funny? It was cake! It was one of those super realistic cakes from TikTok! Oh, they got us again.
Thinking that this would be his final posthumous work, I just couldn't sit still.
So, that's why you entered Dover's room.
Huh? What did you say?
When exactly did you take this photo of Dover's room?
That was... Perhaps this was taken during the judging.
Objection. He didn't get that far in his judging, because he was the last room and he ran out of freaking photos. I mean, I'm going with the cake body. I mean, why not, right? Wouldn't that be crazy? I would love that. They would totally do that too, wouldn't they? That's strange. I thought you said the camera ran out of film during the judging. Before Mr. Master entered Dover's room, you were the one in possession of the camera. Wasn't that why you were able to use the photo when you just were? Isn't that why you were able to take the photo when you discovered the body?
Yes, that's right.
The only photos you took with a new film were of Mr. Dover's room and the body. If that's the case, a new contradiction comes to light.
Another one?
The piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took is...
That contradicts the photos that she took. What was her testimony? I doubt this has anything to do with it. Dover's sherbet was most delicious, but the latter part was very salty. Okay, no, it has nothing to do with that. It contradicts the two photos. The contest rules because the door was supposed to be locked? Right? Isn't that in the contest rules? Hold on, let's read them again. Prizes: title of world's greatest pastry chef and Angel's recipe. Rules: contestants' rooms will be judged starting from the left. Afterwards, all parties will meet in Jeff's room. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Entering another contestant's room before the judging is done is prohibited. Okay, it doesn't say they were locked. But didn't we know that? But we need a piece of evidence that would say that. The piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took is... the crime scene notes. Let's read those again. The victim's body was found in a treasure chest made of chocolate in Jeff Masters' room. The cause of death seems to be a hard blow to the head by a blunt object. Some circumstances are unclear regarding the part of the treasure chest and the blood stain. Each of the desserts in Mr. Masters' room have one part missing. Before the ship's fall, the treasure chest's lid was closed. Contradicts a piece of evidence that I have. The piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took. That contradicts. Is it another thing where I'm trying to think of the word contradiction and it's not a contradiction? It's just something she's left out or something? Your chocolates, because they're misshapen and I hate them. Fuck it, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. It's the camera. Develops photos instantly. It has a capacity for 20 photos, but there is only film for 3 more. And so 2 of her photos were of that 20, and that's supposed to be what we were supposed to realize. Like, no joke. That is what they wanted us to realize. So, whatever. Let's keep going.
That is my instant camera.
You've already handed the photos of Dover's room and the body to myself and the police.
That reminds me, didn't you also take a photo of me and Mr. Edgeworth just now?
The film used in this camera can take up to 20 photos. However, this camera only has 3 photos left, which leaves 14 photos unaccounted for. Exactly what were they used to photograph? Please show us all the photos you took. We will be able to discern your actions from these photos.
I'm so sorry. I have told a terrible lie.
Don't tell me. All the remaining shots are of Isaac Dover's room.
My deepest apologies.
It seems they're all shots of the ice sculptures from various angles.
So when these were taken, the sculptures had not melted yet. But that means the one who caused them to melt was you.
Yes. I am positive that I melted them.
You are positive?
I am an aficionado of the sculptor Pierre Hackett, who is actually Monsieur Dover. Before the authorities could defile his final masterpieces during their investigation, I thought I should preserve them through photographs. Hence, I entered his room.
In that case, why did all the ice melt?
It's probably because, as I was taking the pictures, I became entranced with his works. And it seems that my foot accidentally got caught in the power cable and unplugged it.
Accidentally, you say?
I did not notice the power cord at the time. I would never have imagined that I would be the cause of those sculptures melting.
Could the truth really be that simple? However, I cannot say with certainty that she is lying.
I'm so sorry I have caused you all so much trouble.
As long as you are telling the truth, there's no need to apologize.
That's right. Don't sweat it, Kate.
Thank you very much.
Edgeworth. Here, take this picture. Do what you want with it.
Yeah, 2 pictures of it. Yeah, the truth can't be that simple. It's an Ace Attorney game, yeah. That would not be like an Ace Attorney game for it to be that simple.
You meddling fools still haven't given up yet, have you? No matter how long you wait, I have no intention of allowing a defense attorney to investigate.
No matter. If we can't investigate, we'll find the truth through some other method.
Always ready with a comeback. Well, do try your best.
Excuse me, Monsieur von Karma. The truth is, it was I who melted the ice sculptures in Monsieur Dover's room.
What? What's the meaning of this, you clod?
I'm truly sorry, both to you and Mr. Gustavia.
Do not be concerned about me. Sir von Karma has already recognized that I had no hand in this act.
That reminds me. Why did you enter Mr. Dover's room, Mr. Gustavia?
Well, that was because...
Oh, Von Karma's coming in.
Silence, ignoramus! You are not to give that attorney the tiniest hint of information. Catherine Hall, you are coming with me. You are under suspicion of being complicit in the murder.
No!
I shall be interrogating you personally. You best prepare yourself.
Very well.
Please wait. I still have some questions I want to ask her.
I do not care for your sorry plight in the least.
How could you do this to me? Gregory Edgeworth.
Bad. Gustavia,
And while I'm at it, you as well, Scones. I have plenty of questions for you all. Understood.
Fee! While I'm at it, he says, the nerve.
He just took everyone away with him.
Yes. Even if we stay here, I don't think we'll be able to investigate any further today. Let's take our leave for now. It has already grown rather late.
I hope the snow has stopped by now.
Sounds good.
Oh, a little hungry, huh?
I'm starving anyway.
Let's stop somewhere for hamburgers then.
Before my stomach joins the chorus.
You can't fight on an empty stomach after all.
We'll need to report back to Mr. Master with our findings first thing tomorrow.
To be continued. There you go. Wow, we got to that a lot faster than I thought we would. But it's after 9, so I'm going to go ahead and call it there and try to be responsible for once in my freaking life. For once in my miserable life. And we will be calling the stream there, guys. So we will be able to make it over to probably Papa's stream, I assume. We'll jump on over there. Oh, look at where we are. We're at. Ugh, we're in the detention center next. Cool. All right, we need to save on the emulator here as well. I was like to save multiple states in case something bad happens to one of them. And that's the end. And there it was. Gone. All right, let's jump on over to the Channing screen. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some Ace Attorney. I always do. Even when it doesn't make any sense, I'm still having a good time. I was really happy that we got to be Gregory again. Let's see, we're actually kind of blowing through this a little bit. Okay, this is the one we're on next week. We're on middle part 4. Are we going to finish this case next week? We're going to get close next week, but I'm going to say we're not going to finish it because there's still 4 parts left. There's 3 parts at the end, and then there's this. We're on the last part of the middle section of the story, and then we got 3 more parts. So we might get really close next week, but then we'll probably have to finish it the week after that. I'm going to say that. Anyways, so for the rest of the week, let's see, what do we got? It's only Thursday, so we only have Friday. So tomorrow we'll be playing some more Yakuza Kiwami 2. That'll be fun. We might be finishing the main story in it, and then we will start Majima's little side 3 chapters or whatever. So that's probably what's gonna be happening tomorrow. So if you guys are interested, come hang out. It should be a good time. Let's see. And then on Sunday we have talked a little bit about what we want to do for Strange Planet Sunday, and I think the plan right now. Let me go ahead and see the schedule up. Here's the schedule. I think the plan for Sunday right now is to play Rec Room. Hopefully it should be all 4 of us playing Rec Room. And I think we're going to be on Aaron's channel, so I can do VR and not host it. So I think that's the plan. Either way, definitely look out for that the notification. But we might not be playing Rec Room, but I think all that other stuff's going to be true. But I think right now we're thinking Rec Room, because Rec Room is it's such a good game, you know? Very wholesome and stuff. But yeah. Let's find some in a raid, shall we? Oh yeah, I forget I have this tool. I always forget. Yeah, cool. Papa is on. Let me go ahead and go through some other friends that I have on. Let's just to let you guys know. Looks like Yuna's on tonight. She's playing a Fable Anniversary. The first Fable, Fable 1 Anniversary Edition or whatever. Yeah, she's Lenua 5th, if you guys want to go hang out with her. We got Ka. She's playing some at Disney Dreamland or whatever. I think that's the new Disney game. And then we'll probably be raiding into Papa. He's playing some Disco Elysium, so we'll jump on in there. Then we got ESG Dominoes playing some Rocket League. And then there's Maverick playing some more Dark Cloud 2. So gotta mention all those guys. All those guys are great streamers. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into Papa's stream.
Have a blessed night, everyone. Thank you, Crispy. You too. There's the raid message. I love this song. All right, we're raiding Papa. It's happening. It's a good song. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here. Until I see you guys next time, stay happy, stay healthy. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow for some Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'll be wearing my shirt for all occasions. Don't you worry about it. But we'll see you then, and it'll be the end of the week, so get ready. I know it's the end of Crispy's week already, but it'll be end for the rest of us in the world. We're going to catch up to her. All right, guys, have a good night. Let's go see Papa. Bye-bye. See ya.